Alright, so I don't know what translation you guys read, but why in the translation I read, Obito was like, "Stop! Don't come inside me!" That translation just was a bit too inappropriate. Some of the events in this chapter I definitely can say felt a bit predictable. I think everyone already assumed that in the end, Obito was gonna kind of start regretting some of this, and there was gonna be, the talk no jutsu, so to speak. So I think it was safe to say that it was predictable, but predictable doesn't always mean bad. It just means like, you could have predicted this. So at this point, it's safe to say that Obito is done. It's pretty much like, they're doing the tug of war on him. They're getting the Biju chakra out of him. He's gonna be, pretty much kaput. Gaara, B, they're taking the one tails, the eight tails out of him. He's gonna be done. Now, whatever Madara does, he's waiting in the wings depending on what his motives are and what his goal is at this moment. Then, that's up to him. Is he gonna swoop in at the very last second and grab the Biju chakra? That remains to be seen. It could happen. It could not happen. I'm looking at the Obito situation with him regretting things, and it's making me think the problem with this, where it's not a big problem, but the issue I have with it is that it seems very similar to what happened with Nagato and Pain. I think when Kishimoto made the whole reversal of him using the book and whatnot and making him feel like, you know what, I fucked up, I'm going to try to do what's right, I think that set the bar too high, and I think Kishimoto wants to do the same thing with Obito, and is like, okay, I guess we started seeing this from a mile away when he slowly started changing. And you look at the character, and it's like, I remember when he had the mask on, this dude was fucking ruthless as ever, snapping necks, I don't give a fuck. But it feels as though almost when he took that mask off, the mask was like symbolic in a way for kind of covering up who he really is, in a sense of like that, yeah, he's fucked up, but he wanted to just cover it all up, I guess you could say. And with the whole ending with the Naruto panel, when he's like, I'm going to take that mask off, which, by the way, the art on that panel is fucking sick. The way Naruto looked, he looked bad fucking ass. I like that. The art game in this one was kind of up there. But I definitely say that the mask before this was symbolic of showing who he really is, and he just wanted to hide behind this persona. I'm Toby, I'm no one. And then now who he's acting like, he's just putting up a front at this point. I think the mask did a good job in hiding what he really wanted, and just the person that he truly is, and now he just has another mask of basically BSing it. Regarding the whole regretting thing, Obito regretting at this point, I mean, I think he's been regretting this for a long time. I think, to be honest with you, he's been regretting it. I don't want to say from the moment that it happened, because if he regretted it, he wouldn't have kept on going, or maybe he did. But for me personally, I'd say where he started regretting it is on this battlefield, when he started thinking and constantly going back and looking back at what he did, and how he kept on questioning Naruto, is because he did have regret in him already. It's not that he's regretting it right now. He's been regretting it. He's just been repressing the fact that, holy fuck, I fucked up. I shouldn't have did this. But I like how the story kind of takes out the part of, like, where he was, like, young and Madara kind of filled shit in his head. Like, nah, that's not a big factor in this. Obito, like, yeah, he did, don't get me wrong, he did make all these choices on his own, and way after Madara was gone, he kept on going. But the fact of the matter is, Madara did play a slight part in making him become what he became. He didn't need to see half those things. He didn't need to be locked in the dungeon with this freakazoid. Now, with Obito losing control of the tree, it's making me wonder, is the tree that's it? It's going to be done. I'm thinking that this is setting up for Madara to do whatever the hell he wants to do. I don't think that this is going to be the end, unless Madara truly is good and he was just trying to stop Obito or something at this point. I think that the tree being there and Madara, we still don't know what his trump card was, if he's even going to need it at this point. I think maybe, like, this is the perfect opportunity. If Madara's going to make a powerful move, jump, grab that Biju chakra, because I think Madara still, like, at this point, could possibly take out everyone in the Shinobi Alliance if he really wanted to and he wanted to go in. So I think this is a perfect opportunity and perfect setup. The tree is there, nobody's controlling it, the Biju chakra is out of Obito, jump in and go in, dog. Now, as far as Obito's future, based on what's going on right now, if he does survive, because remember, when you get Biju extracted from you, when you get the Jinchuriki, you're not no longer a Jinchuriki, then you usually die after that. Let's say he does survive for whatever case, for whatever reason, having all these shits ripped out of him. What would be the future from him anyway? I feel as though, yeah, it would give him a proper death, so to speak. Like, yeah, oh, I repented, I fucked up, but, I made amends in the end, or, I felt bad for what I did in the end. But realistically, what type of future would Obito have anyway if Naruto changed him here and now? Like, he's going to prison for life. They're going to either execute him or he's going to prison or whatever they do in the Naruto universe to criminals that large, of that big of a scale when they get captured. So it's like, what type of future would he have anyway for him to even change? To be honest with you, if it was me, I would say that Obito should have just said, fuck it, I already went in too deep, no regrets, let's go. But I think it's just that he's already had these regrets from a long time, and it was just like, when you fuck up, you just like, I'm already dedicated to this fuck up, so I'm gonna keep fucking up until I can't fuck up no more. But that's just my take on the whole thing, because I think that he has no future. It's either death right here on this battlefield, or prison for life, or execution, or whatever they decide to do with him, because he can't have no future. They're not gonna forgive something like this. You know, you put the whole world at risk, you killed people, there's no way Obito would get out of this after this. So it's gonna be death, or he's going to go to prison, which obviously is more likely going to be death. He's probably going to disintegrate after this, because the power of the Biju being extracted from a body is too much or something. So I could see that happening. And I think that that's one of the big things about him regretting stuff. It's like, you don't need to regret nothing, dude. You went all the way in. Yeah, you fucked up. I'm sure it's a regretful thing that you've done. You shouldn't have done those things. But it's like, you have no future anyway, so just fucking YOLO, dog. Stop. Don't come inside of me. So all in all, I felt with this chapter, it felt predictable, with Obito kind of regretting stuff and kind of going into the talk no jutsu, and, you know, seeming as though we're going into more flashbacks and stuff like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it was bad. It just means that, you know, we could kind of see this coming. Depending on the way it's handled and what model does from here on out could be a big factor, and what all this really means and what it all truly is in the end. But for this particular chapter, I'd definitely say it was fine. It was predictable. It was alright though. It wasn't like the greatest thing, but it wasn't bad either. It was just like, yeah, this is kind of the ending we expected, I guess. I'm gonna give this chapter 6.5 out of 10. It was fine for the most part, and I'm just wondering what the fuck's gonna happen. We still got people on this battlefield that we don't know really what they're gonna do after this. Madara, is he gonna take the opportunity right now, jump and grab the Biju chakra while it's out in the open? The tree is still up there. Also, Sasuke, is he gonna be a renegade? What is he gonna do as well? Orochimaru, what is he gonna do? Will Naruto actually come inside of Obito? I'm sorry, I just can't stop that fucking joke. That translation, what the fuck? So still a lot of questions set up, but let me know what you think. First of all, did you feel as though this was predictable, with the whole Obito kind of turning around and seeing like, yo, I fucked up, I kind of regret these things? Do you feel as though you saw this coming, and it kind of feels a little bit like, yeah, I already expected this for the most part? And also, do you feel that Obito kind of at this point should have been regretting this? Do you think that maybe instead of him regretting it, he should have just said, fuck it, I got no future anyway alive, so I might as well go all the way in? And just your overall thoughts of what seems to be the finale for Obito, because I think usually when it's set up like this means that Obito is about to die real soon, or this, you know, whole thing is about to end real soon anyway, because it's like we're getting the, I'm turning around, look at my past, I've been through this, so I'd imagine we might get some of that in the near future. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see what the fuck Madara is gonna do in the upcoming chapters, because he's still out there and he still isn't gung-ho nice guy, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.